So in the last class, we were discussing about the concept of the ports, and we discussed various type of ports that can exist in the last class. Like we discussed natural port versus artificial ports. So which natural ports are those ports which are created generally on the coast of whom? Natural ports are generally those ports which are created on created on the coast of submergence, while the artificial ports are those ports that are generally created on the coast of what? Coast of emergence. Okay, so that is what we have discussed with regard to natural port versus artificial port in the last class. Fine. So there are certain terms that you have to keep in mind. One is called as what? One is called as a industrial port. One is called as an industrial port. Another is called as a commercial port. Another port is called as your oil port, inland port, inland port. Then you also have the concept of the port of call. So these are certain terms that you have to keep in mind with regard to ports. Clear? So industrial port, commercial port, oil port, inland port, or port of call. Along with that, last class we discussed certain terms like natural port and artificial port. Then we also discussed the concept of the port of call. We have discussed concept of riverine port and tidal port. Riverine port and tidal port. So these are these are the ports, that port related term that you have to keep in mind. Clear? So what is your natural port, what is artificial port, what is riverine port, what is tidal port, what is industrial port, commercial port, oil port, inland port, port of call. These are the terms you have to keep in mind. Clear? So what is basically a port of call? What is basically a port of call? Let's say if the goods are moving from this port to this port, this port to this port, good is moving from one location to another location. In between, the ship basically what ship stays at this particular port for what reason? For refueling purposes, refueling purposes, or for watering purposes, or for any other purposes. If ship has to stay in between, in between two ports, then this port is referred as what? This port is referred as a port of call. This port is referred as a port of call. Clear? So port of call is nothing but what? Port of call is basically a port. It is basically a port that is existing between what? Existing between nothing but two ports, generally used for what? Generally used for refueling or watering purposes. Fine. Then you have industrial port, the port that are specialized in bulk cargo. That are specialized in bulk cargo are referred as what? Are referred as an industrial port. So the port that are specialized in bulk cargo are referred as which type of port? Are referred as nothing but industrial port. What is bulk cargo means? Bulk thing, like oil, like chemicals, like sugars. If these are in bulk, specialized in bulk cargo, then such ports are referred as what? Industrial port. Clear? And the one that handles the general cargo, ones that handles the general cargo are referred as which type of port? Commercial port. One that handles the general cargo are referred as which type of port? Are referred as a commercial port. So what is general cargo means? Like goods. General goods that you are selling, like textile product, other manufactured product that you are selling from one location to another location, that is called as a general cargo. And what is oil port? That specializes in oil production. The port that specializes in oil production, processing, selling, that is called as what? That is called as a oil. So industrial port specialized in which type of cargo? Bulk cargo. Commercial port specialized in which type of cargo? General cargo. And oil port specializes in oil. Clear? Then there is an inland port. Inland port means that is connected through This port is connected to seawater using what? Using rivers or other thing. If any port is connected with seawater, then it is called as what? Then it is called as an inland port. Okay, it is called as an inland port. Clear? Like we discussed this port. Okay, the Kolkata port is connected what? So we discussed here is what? So here you'll find what? Here you'll find Kolkata port. It is connected via rivers through what? Rivers through Bay of Bengal, Hooghly River. We discuss Hooghly River comes and joins. So what you see is Kolkata is which kind of port? Kolkata is referred as nothing but the inland. It is referred as which type of port? Inland port, because it is connected through the sea via what? Via nothing but rivers. Fine. So these are different terms that you have to keep in mind: industrial port, commercial port, oil port, inland port, and port of call. Last class we discussed port that is created on the river is called as a riverine port. Port that is influenced by the tidal waves and etc. are called as which port? Tidal port. And we discuss also the natural port. Natural port are that created on the submerged coast, and artificial port are generally that are created on the emergent coast. Clear? Then we discuss also something called major port and minor port. Yes. So we discuss major port are looked after by whom? Central government and regulated through Major Port Act, and minor port are generally looked after by the state government. Minor port is generally used for what? Fishing purposes, for other purposes. Okay, for that minor port you are using, and major port generally you are using for whom? Major port generally you are using for the bulk cargo, general cargo. For that you are using the major port. Clear? So these are the concept we have discussed with regard to the ports in the last class. Clear? Now we have currently 13 major ports in India. We have currently 13 major ports in India. So you can see the red color port. This port that are there is a major seaport. Okay, so these are the major seaports. So you have what? One on the western side you have 6 major port. One is Kandla port. Second is Mumbai port. The third is Jawaharlal Nehru port. Fourth is Marmegaon port. Fifth is Mangalore port. And sixth is Kochi port. So these are the major port that you are finding on the western side. On the eastern side you are going to find what? You are going to find Kolkata port, Paradip port, you are finding Visakhapatnam port, you are finding Ennore port, Chennai port, and Tuticorin port. So these are the port you are finding on the eastern side. So total western port, Kandla port, you had on the western side Kandla port, Mumbai port, Jawaharlal Nehru port, Marmegaon port. You also have Mangalore and Kochi port, that is there. And on the eastern side you have Kolkata port, Paradip port, Visakhapatnam port, Ennore port, Chennai port, and Tuticorin port. Fine. So these are the ports that you have to keep in mind. Fine. Now there are other ports also, like you can see other port is mentioned, Bharuch port. You can see this port, Ratnagiri port. You can also see Alabzuha port, Kakinada port, Machilipatnam port. All these ports are which type of port? Minor port. Okay, so you have major port also, and you have nothing but minor port also. So these are which type of port? These are nothing but minor port that you have to keep in mind. Clear? So these are the important points that you have to keep in mind with regard to major port as well as minor port. So major port are which port? Major port are those port which are looked after by whom? Central government. And minor port are which port? Which are looked after by nothing but state government. Major ports are, for what purpose major ports are being used? For what purpose major port? For export and import. Minor port generally for local trading and for fishing and other thing. You are using nothing but minor port. Fine. Okay. So write down, okay, you write regarding major port. First you write down regarding Kandla port. First you write down regarding Kandla port. So Kandla port is also referred as which type of port? It is also, the name of Kandla port is referred as a Deen Dayal Upadhyay port. Okay, it is also referred as a, another name for this port is Deen Dayal Upadhyay port. It is also referred as a Deen Dayal Upadhyay port. Fine. Clear. So under the Kandla port, as we discussed, it is also known as Deen Dayal Upadhyay port. It is a publicly port, public owned port. It is which type of port? Public owned port. Public owned port. Public owned port, and is a tidal port. And is a tidal port. And is a tidal port. Public owned port and is a tidal port. Clear? The main item of exports, the main item of exports are food grain and salt, food grain and salt, as well as textile, food grain, salt and textile, and main item of imports, and main item of imports are petrochemicals, machineries, crude oil, etc. Petrochemical, machineries, crude oil, etc. Fine. So what India is exporting through this particular port? You know that the Gujarat is rich in which type of region? Surat and etc. are very rich in textile. So you see, textile product are something that are being exported from a particular region. You know that salt, it is a which region? Coastal region. Salt production can happen, so salt is something that is okay being exported. Food grains, India is rich in food grains, so food grains are something that are being exported. So from these regions, okay, from the alluvial soil region, northern plain region, food grains are brought, and food grains are something that are being exported. And what is being imported? Oil India is importing, petrochemical product India is importing, so those are being imported. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular part? Second, you write down regarding Mumbai port. Second major port, Mumbai port. Mumbai port. It is a publicly managed port. Publicly managed port. And India's second oldest major port. Yeah. It is a publicly managed port and India's second oldest major port. Major port. Currently it handles 1/5 of India's foreign trade. Currently it handles 1/5 of India's foreign trade. 1/5 of India's foreign trade. It is a natural port. It is a natural port and influenced by tidal waves. And influenced by tidal waves. Influenced by tidal waves. The major item of exports are textile, leather, manganese, machineries, textile, leather, manganese, machineries, and chemical product, and major items of imports. Major items of imports are plastics. Major items of import are plastic, aluminium, non-ferrous metals, machineries, etc. Machineries, etc. Clear? So what is the importance of Mumbai port? As we discussed, 20% of India's foreign trade is handled by which port? 20% of India's foreign trade is handled by Mumbai port itself. Okay, that is okay there. Clear? So you can see it is one of the more busier ports. Okay, one of the more busier port. So that's why to decongest this particular port, another major port is created in this region, which is called as a Jawaharlal Nehru port. Okay, so next you write on JNPT port, Jawaharlal Nehru port. Jawaharlal Nehru port. Okay, right. It is publicly managed port. It is publicly managed port, but operates on public-private partnership model. Publicly managed port, but operates on public-private partnership model. The main items of import are plastics machineries, aluminium and non-ferrous metal, and the main items of exports are petrochemical, textile, leather, carpets, etc. So you can see whatever similar goods are imported and exported, which are there at Mumbai. The same similar goods are something that you are importing and exporting also at a JNPT. So JNPT is okay. What JNPT is a most modernized port. Okay, it is most modernized, recently created, so most modernized port of India. So you can also add JNPT is most modernized port. You can add this point. JNPT is the most modernized port. It is artificial port. It is artificial port and influenced by tidal waves. Influenced by tidal waves. Clear? So JNPT is not a natural port. It is artificially port created to decongest which one? To decongest the Mumbai ports. Clear? Any doubt? Next is okay. Which one? Marmegaon port. Next you write on Marmegaon port. Right. It was created in Britishers period and is a publicly managed port. It is a natural ports found at the mouth of Juari rivers. Natural ports found at the mouth of Juari river. These are Juari, Zuari, Zuari river. Remember, west flowing river, Mandovi river, Zuari river. Clear? Juari river and is influenced by tidal waves. The major item of exports are iron ore, pharmaceutical product, fish, processed fish, cashew nut, etc. And the major item of imports are coal, potassium carbonate, etc. coal, potassium carbonate, etc. Clear? Next you write down Mangalore port. So next important port is Mangalore port. Mangalore, right? It is created as a publicly managed port. It is created as a publicly managed port and is a natural port. And is a natural port. And is not a natural port. You write, and is not a natural port. And is not a natural port. And influenced by tidal waves. And influenced by tidal waves. Influenced by tidal waves. It is a deep water port. It is deep water port. Deep water port. And the major item of imports are crude oil, comma, sunflower seeds, cotton seeds, comma, coal, etc. And major item of exports are coffee, coconut, fish product, granite, and petroleum oil. Next you write down Kochi port. Right. It is a publicly owned port. And located on Vebernath Lake. Which is India's second largest lakes. It is also India's second largest natural seaport. It is influenced by tidal waves. The major item of imports are fertilizers, comma, raw material, comma, iron and steel, comma, machineries, comma, food grains, etc. And major item of exports are tea, coffee, spices, marine product, machineries, etc. Fine. So these are important ports that are lying on the western side. Next we write down important port on eastern side. Fine. So first you write down Kolkata port. It is also referred as Syama Prasad Mukherjee Port. Also referred as Syama Prasad Mukherjee Port. Syama Prasad Mukherjee Port. Mukherjee Port. It is India's oldest operating port. It is India's oldest operating port and only major riverine port. And only major riverine port. Only major riverine port. It has two docking, D-O-C-K-I-N-G, two docking region. It has two docking region referred as Kolkata Dock, and Haldia Dock. It has two docking region referred as Kolkata Dock and Haldia Dock. Haldia Dock. Okay. It serves the northeastern state. It serves the northeastern state, comma, even Nepal and Bhutan, hence referred as Nepal and Bhutan, hence referred as Diamond Harbour. Hence referred as Diamond Harbour. Diamond Harbour. Diamond Harbour. Fine. So you can see this is where Nepal is there and this is where Bhutan is there. Both are landlocked country. Okay. Both are landlocked country means they do not have access to sea. So how they export and import? They export and import through nothing but okay, this port only. So along with the northeastern state is also not connected with what? Any port. So they also nothing but okay, transfer their goods. So that's why okay, this is also referred as a diamond harbor. This is also referred as a diamond harbor. And since we discussed it as a riverine port means what? Rivers are there. So rivers has two banks. So one bank is referred as which port? Kolkata Dock. Another bank is referred as nothing but okay, Haldia Dock. Okay. So this side, if ship is docking, it is referred as a okay, like you have okay, two side, eastern side and western side. Okay, that is okay there. So one okay, if it is docking on this side, it is Kolkata. If it is docking on this side, it is going to be called as a Haldia Dock. Clear? Any doubt regarding this one? So that's why we have written it as a two docking system. Clear? Right now. The major item of exports are jute product, tea, coal. Tea, major item of export are jute product, tea, coal, iron ore, coal, iron ore, copper, etc. Iron ore, copper, etc. And major item of import are crude oil, fertilizers, comma, chemical product, paper, etc. Fine. So these are the things you are finding with regard to which port? Syama Prasad Mukherjee Port or Kolkata Port. Next you write down Paradip Port. So next you write down Paradip Port. Write down. It is a port created. It is a port created after independence. And is the first major port. Created after independence. First major port created after independence. The Port Blair is a publicly managed port. publicly managed port and is a natural port influenced by tidal waves and is a natural port influenced by tidal wave. Tidal waves. It is a natural harbor. It is natural harbor at the Mahanadi River confluence. At the Mahanadi River confluence with Bay of Bengal. With Mahanadi River confluence at Bay of Bengal. Bay of Bengal. The major item of imports are petroleum oil, natural petroleum oil, natural calcium phosphate, machineries, etc., and the major item of exports are iron ore. Major item of exports are iron ore, coal, aluminium, etc. Iron ore, coal, aluminium, etc. Iron ore, coal, aluminium, etc. Fine. Clear. So last class we discussed, okay, this Odisha is very rich in bauxite. Bauxite means aluminium production. So aluminium is also something that is okay exported. And we discussed Chota Nagpur plateau is rich in which type of region? Coal and iron and steel industry. So that is also being exported through this region. Next we write down Vishakhapatnam port. Next port is Vishakhapatnam port. It is a publicly managed port. It is publicly managed port and is a natural port. Natural port influenced by tidal waves. It is India's deepest natural harbor. Which supports shipbuilding industries. And repair industries. Shipbuilding industries and repair industries. The major item of exports. Are iron ore, magnesium, mineral ore, spices, coal, oil, etc. And the major item of imports are mineral coal, luxury, industrial product, etc. Next we write down regarding Chennai port. Chennai ports. Okay, right. It is a publicly managed port. And India's second busiest port. After Jawaharlal Nehru port. Second busiest port after Jawaharlal Nehru port. It is an artificial port. And is a major hub for southern trade. Influenced by tidal waves. influenced by tidal waves. Fine. The major item of exports are automobile, machineries, mineral oil, textile product, comma, leather goods, comma, apparel, clothing industries, etc. Apparel, clothing industries, etc. And the major item of imports are mineral oil, machineries, comma, vegetable fats, organic chemical, etc. Next you write down Innor port. Innor port. You write down. Also referred as Kamarajar port. Innor port, also referred as Kamarajar port. It is a publicly managed port. It is a publicly managed port and only corporate ports of India. Only corporate ports of India. The major item of imports are petroleum gases, comma, coal, oil, etc. And major item of exports are automobile, machineries, iron, coal, chemicals, etc. It is an artificial port. Influenced by tidal waves. Clear? Lastly, you write down Tuticorin port. Clear? Right. It is also referred as VO Chidambaram. Port. And is publicly managed port, artificial port, influenced by tidal wave. It is located in Gulf of Mannar region. And is also known as Pearl City, Pearl, Pearl City, Pearl City. It is generally used for trading with Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia. The major item of imports are coal, comma, cement, raw material such as fertilizers, comma, petroleum product, phosphate, etc. And the major item of exports are refined copper, comma, cotton yarn, clothing, accessories, metal, salt and fertilizers. Fine. So these are okay important thing that you are finding with regard to what? With regard to the ports. Clear? Now, in 2010, the government declares Port Blair as what? Port Blair, that is Andaman and Nicobar, this port. They declared this as a 13th major port. Like we discussed, 6 on the western coast you have, 6 on the eastern coast you have. Port Blair was declared as a 13th major port. But okay, since 2017, government again declassifies this as a major port. Okay, so now Port Blair is considered as which type of port? Minor port. It is not considered as a major port. So between 2010 to 17, the central government used to classify it as which type of port? Major port. But after 2017, again it is classified as which? Minor port only. Clear? So these are okay important thing that you have to keep in mind with regard to major port. You might get a question like this in the examination. Question is, which of the following is not a natural port of India? Which of the following is not a natural port of India? So Ennore port is which type of port? Artificial. We have written Ennore port as which port? Artificial port. Vishakhapatnam is which one? Natural. New Mangalore is which one? It is not a natural. We have written it in New Mangalore port is what? Not a natural port. Okay, that is okay there. So we have written regarding nothing but okay what? The New Mangalore port. It is not a natural port. We have written. So this is not a natural port. This is not a natural port. Kolkata, yes, it is a natural port. And Kandla, natural port. Okay, so you have okay what? You have 2, 4 and 5 which are generally natural port. 1 and 3 are not a natural port. So okay, like this questions can come in the case of examination. Bangalore and New Mangalore are the same only. Mangalore and New Mangalore are same only. So, clear? So Mangalore we have written what? It is not a natural port. Fine. Fine. So this you have to keep in mind with regard to Ennore and New Mangalore port. Mangalore and New Mangalore are same only. Okay, it is referred as a New Mangalore now. So these are okay. What these are the type of questions can be formed. Okay, or certain. Okay, what certain nothing but okay the factual related thing can be asked in case of examinations. Okay, like you can write down important facts regarding ports. You can mention important facts regarding ports. Important facts regarding port. First, you mention as oldest port of India. Oldest port of India. Oldest port of India, and write down Kolkata port. Kolkata port is the oldest port. Oldest port of India is Kolkata port. Paradip port is first port created after independence. Okay, so Kolkata is created during Britishers period. Okay, oldest port of India. Second, you write down largest port. Largest port, Mumbai port. Largest port, Mumbai port. Okay. Next, you write down deepest port, Vishakhapatnam port. Deepest port, Vishakhapatnam port. Okay. Busiest port. Busiest port, Jawaharlal Nehru port. Jawaharlal Nehru port. Jawaharlal Nehru port. Largest container port. Largest container port. Largest container port. Container port. Jawaharlal Nehru port. Okay. Next, you write down privately owned port, Mundra port. Privately owned port, Mundra port. Privately owned port, Mundra port. Mundra port. Fine. So which is correct now? Second one. So as we discussed, largest container port in India is which one? JNPT. Okay, we have written Jawaharlal Nehru Port is what? Largest container port in India. So this is wrong. Mundra Port is privately owned port. Yes. Okay. Kamarajar Port is the first major port in India registered as a company. Yes, we discussed it is a corporatized port. What we have written is a, okay, it is a corporatized port. So Kamarajar Port is what? Innor Port. Innor Port is also known as which type of port? Innor port is also referred as a Karmarajar port. Okay, that is okay there. And we discussed it is India's first corporatized port, registered as which type of port? Registered as a company. Okay, that is okay there. So these two pairs are correctly matched. Okay, first and second are something that are correctly matched. Okay, that you are saying. So only two you have to keep in mind. Clear? Fine. So this is how, okay, you can get a question related to port in the case of examinations. Clear? This ninth, okay, can you answer this one? Hmm. Third is correct. Okay, anyone else? First one is correct. Okay, anyone else? Now, okay, we discussed Sahyadri range. Sahyadri range is which one? Which is called as a Sahyadri range. So Sahyadri range is, okay, Western Ghat. Okay, Sahyadri range is Western Ghat, and you see this is Vindhyan, this is Satpuras, and we discussed between Vindhyan and Satpuras Narmada flows. Here lies your what? Here lies your Amarkantak. Here lies your what? Amarkantak. So Amarkantak, from where Narmada is originating. So Amarkantak is here, Western Ghat is here. So they are not lying at the confluence of whom? Amarkantak hills are at the confluence. Confluence means what? Meeting point. Meeting point of which two ranges? Sahyadri ranges and Vindhyan ranges. So Sahyadri is a Western Ghat range. Okay. So the Western Ghat and Amarkantak are not lying at the same region. This is lying at a different region. So that's why first is wrong statement. Billy Girirajan hills constitute the easternmost part of Satpura range. Now this hills lies in case of what? This hills lies in the case of Eastern Ghat. Okay. This hills lies in the case of Eastern Ghat, and this is where Satpura is there. So again, this is okay, not correctly matched. Okay, that is okay there. Third thing, Sisachalam hills constitute the southernmost part of Western Ghat. You know that southernmost part of the Western Ghat is what? We discussed southernmost part is where the Western and Eastern Ghat are meeting together, and this hills is called as which hills? Nilgiri hills. Okay, so this is also wrongly matched. So answer is what? Answer is nothing but okay, none of the above. Okay, so answer is nothing but okay, none of the above. So like this question has been asked related to hills in the case of examination. So remember all those physiographic part that we have discussed regarding the hills and etc. Just keep that in mind. Clear? Any doubt? So this finishes your what? This finishes nothing but okay, your major port related thing, that is okay there. Clear? Apart from major port, there is one news that you have to keep in mind. Now you can see at this point there is a new port that is being created. This is okay. You can see this is the Trivandrum region. At the Trivandrum region, which port we are creating is what? Okay, Vizinjam. Okay, Vizinjam port is something that is okay being created where in the Trivandrum region. Okay, now you can see this is going to be used as which port? This is going to be used as a port of call. As we discussed, port of call is what? When it is moving from where to where, when things are moving from one location to another location, in between if any port is being created, that is what? That is called as a port of call. Just now we discussed if goods is moving from one location to another location, in between there, if okay what, a port is being created, that port is called as what? Port of call. And port of call is generally used for what? For refueling purposes of ships and etc., or for watering purposes of ships and etc. That is okay there. So Vizinjam port is okay being created as what? It is being created as but okay the port of call. So that's why you will find news regarding this one. Recently Prime Minister has inaugurated this one. Okay, you can see Vizinjam port. This is okay news of okay 1 day back. It is constantly coming in news. Okay, so remember that. Okay, Vizinjam port is okay created for what? It is created for what? Created as a port of call. It is created as which type of okay port? Port of call. Okay, so just add this particular okay also port. Okay, Vizinjam port, write this as a Vizinjam port is a port of call, is created as a port of call or international transshipment international transshipment seaport. International transshipment seaport. So Vizinjam port is created as a port of call or international transshipment seaport. Fine. So these are important things that you have to keep in mind with regard to ports. Then there are things also that you have to keep in mind is what? So the other thing that you have to keep apart from port is inland waterways. Fine. So you can see this is okay what? This is a map of inland waterways. Yeah. What is inland waterways means? What is inland waterways means? It is a navigable routes. Inland waterways means what? It is a navigable routes. Navigable routes. And generally, inland waterways is being used for what? Transferring goods from sea to inland region. Transferring good from sea or port to inland region. Transferring goods from port to inland region. That is why inland waterways are something that are being created. So these are navigable routes which are generally used for transporting goods from where to where? From sea to inland region, that is okay there, or from inland to sea region also. Okay, if you want to export anything, you will transfer it from inland to sea. If you are importing anything, then from sea to inland that you are going to do. Clear? So why we are creating this inland waterways? Because as we discussed, transporting through water is what? Much cheaper as compared to nothing but road or railways transportation. So that's why what you see is these navigable routes are being created. These navigable routes are being created, and this is called as a inland waterways. These are referred as what? These are referred as a inland waterways, and these are managed by an authority which is called as a Inland Waterways Authority of India. So these are managed by an authority which is referred as Inland Waterways Authority of India. Clear? So these authority has a headquarter in Noida. Okay, so Inland Waterways Authority of India has a headquarter in Noida. Clear? So these inland waterways are managed by authority which is called as a Inland Waterways Authority of India, which is which is nothing but in Noida. And some of these inland waterways are declared as what? Some of these inland waterways are declared as a national waterway. National waterway means they are going to be managed by central government. Okay, so some of these inland waterways has been declared as what? Declared as nothing but national waterways. So national waterways are the waterways which are going to be managed by whom? Central government. Fine. So what are the important waterways? What are the important waterways that has been created? So you can see one is this region, Sadia region to Dhubri region. This is created on which stretch? Brahmaputra stretch. Okay, so Sadia region to Dhubri region, this is created on Brahmaputra stretch. You can see this region, that is Haldia to Allahabad. You can see this region from here to here, Haldia to Allahabad. Okay, this region is which one? This region is on Ganga river. Okay, so this region is on which river? Ganga river. Okay, that is there. Clear? Then you also have what? Then you also have this region. Okay, that is Kottapuram to Kollam. Okay, Kollam to Kottapuram. This region is another stretch that you are seeing. Clear? Then you also have this region. Okay, then you also have nothing but this region, which is nothing but the Dhamra to Dhamra region, that is Paradeep Dhamra region. So here also you are seeing nothing but what? Here you also see from Lakipur to Bhanga, that is on Barak river. You have also created this as a major national waterways region. Clear? So these are important inland waterways that you also have to keep in mind. Question might come regarding these inland waterways in the case of examination. So basically, if you see, so these are what? These are the national waterway that you are finding. As we discussed, national waterway 1, 2, 3, 4. That is what you are finding. National waterway 1, 2, 3, 4. So national waterway 1 is connecting from where to where? From Haldia to Allahabad. It is on which river? As we discussed, it is on Ganga river, and it is largest in kilometers. It is largest in kilometer. Then second is Brahmaputra river. You can add Sadia to Dhubri. It is connecting Sadia to Dhubri region. Sadia to Dhubri region. National waterway to Sadia to Dhubri region. Brahmaputra river. Clear? Total length is 891 kilometer. Next is National Waterway 3. This is connecting Kollam to Kottapuram. in Kerala. Kollam to Kottapuram, this lies in Kerala. Sadia to Dubri is where? In Assam. Sadia to Dubri is where? In Assam. Kollam to Kottapuram, National Waterway 3. And it is connecting certain canal like Udyog Mandal Canal, Champakaran Canal. Okay, those canals are being created. Next, you have National Waterway 4, which is connecting your Kakinada to Puducherry. Kakinada to Puducherry. Created on Krishna and Kakinada to Puducherry. Created on Krishna and Godavari River. Krishna and Godavari River. Krishna and Godavari River. Fine. So National Waterway 1, National Waterway 2, National Waterway 3, National Waterway 4. Then you also have two other important National Waterway, which is 5 and 6. Okay. So National Waterway 5 is which one? Talcher to Dhamra. Okay. This is connecting which one? Talcher to Dhamra. And it is of which region? It is, you are finding in which region? Odisha region. Okay. So note down National Waterway 5, Talcher to Dhamra. And it is of length you just mentioned is 623 kilometer. 623 kilometer. So you can find, you can see highest length of waterways is which one? National Waterway 1. This is longest, followed by whom? National Waterway 4. Then you have National Waterway 2. Then you have, okay, which one? Then you have nothing but, okay, National Waterway 5. And then you have, okay, what? Then you have nothing but, okay, National Waterway 3. Okay, so this is, okay, how the length is there. Okay, lengthwise these are arranged like this. Fine. So National Waterway 1 followed by National Waterway 4 followed by National Waterway 3 followed by National Waterway 5 and then you have National Waterway 3. Fine. The last you can mention is National Waterway 6. National Waterway 6. You can mention that. And we discussed National Waterway 6 is connecting which two region? So it is built on which river? Barak River, and it is connecting Lakhipur to Bhanga region. Lakhipur to Bhanga. Lakhipur to Bhanga. This is connected through what? This is connected through Barak River. Fine. So these are, okay, important port that you have to keep in mind with regard to what? Important port that you have to keep in mind with regard to examination, and also inland waterways which you have to keep in mind with regard to examinations. Fine. Any doubt regarding this one? So next we have the concept of monsoon in India. Already we have discussed monsoon, so I'm not going to take up this in detail. Just for refreshing your memory, I am taking up monsoon. As we discussed, what are the characteristics of Indian monsoon? What are the characteristics of Indian monsoon? As we discussed, Indian monsoon arrives sudden onset. Remember, suddenly Indian monsoon will arrive. We discussed after arriving what will happen. Gradual advancement will happen to the rest of the country. And from here, you will find what? You will find also gradual retreat of monsoon. Retreat means withdrawing of monsoon. Gradual onset, gradual advancement and gradual retreat of monsoon. And the last that we have is what? Regional and temporal variations in monsoon. Regional and temporal variations in monsoon. So these are okay what? These are the terms that are associated with the monsoon. As we discussed, monsoon in India arrives suddenly. Then after that, there is a advancement of monsoon happens slow. Withdrawal of monsoon happens slow. And you know that there is a regional and temporal. Regional means region wise and temporal means time wise. Okay. Temporal, regional and temporal variations. Okay. You are finding in the case of Indian monsoon system, that is okay there. Clear? So this is a characteristic of whom? This is characteristic of Indian monsoon system. Clear? You know that when monsoons arrive in India, from June, July to what? June, July to September. This is a period of nothing but okay, monsoon in case of India. Clear? And this monsoon is referred as which type of monsoon? This monsoon is referred as a summer monsoon. This monsoon is referred as which type of monsoon? Summer monsoon. Fine. Now remember, we discussed what are the factors that are affecting monsoon. What are the factors that are affecting monsoon? So the first thing that we discuss is what? First thing that you see is that ITCZ, shifting of whom? Shifting of ITCZ or equatorial low pressure belt. Okay, we discussed initially, normally equatorial low pressure belt is formed over here, but when equatorial low pressure belt shift from here to here, then only what will happen? We'll see southeast wind will cross equator and become which type of wind? Southwest monsoonal wind, that is okay there. So the first okay reason why monsoon is being formed is shifting of nothing but okay ITCZ, that is okay, one of the factor. Or you can also mention equatorial low pressure belt shifting northward. Shifting northward. You remember ITCZ is okay what? Intertropical convergence zone, and it is a zone of convergence of two winds, which are okay two winds, northeast trade wind and southeast trade wind. Those winds are something that are converging. So that's why it is called, it is formed due to what? It is formed due to the shifting of whom? Shifting of nothing but okay the ITCZ or shifting of equatorial low pressure belt northward region. Clear? That is the first reason for formation of monsoons. Clear? The second reason is what? Second reason is which type of winds are arriving? Onshore. Onshore wind. Wind moving from where to where? Sea to land are referred as a onshore wind. So onshore wind in the form of which type? Southwest monsoonal wind. Onshore wind are coming in the form of which type of wind? Southwest monsoonal wind. Fine. The third thing is what? Remember, we discussed withdrawal of jet stream. Remember, we discussed jet stream is okay, something that is okay what? In winter it is moving over India. When jet stream withdraws, then only what will happen? You see sudden arrival of whom? Sudden arrival of monsoon. When jet stream okay what? Withdraws from here to here, then only what will happen? You will see sudden arrival of nothing but okay monsoon. Till the time jet stream is there, high pressure is okay on the land, but when jet stream withdraws, what will happen? Low pressure is formed, and then only the wind moves from high pressure region to low pressure region, that is okay there. So withdrawal of whom? Withdrawal of jet stream. When jet stream will withdraw? When jet stream will withdraw? It will withdraw when there is a heating of which plateau? Tibetan plateau. Remember, heating of Tibetan plateau. Then okay, what will happen is, okay, you will see withdrawal of nothing but, okay, jet stream will happen. Clear? So heating of Tibetan plateau is important. If it is not heating properly, then what will happen? Monsoon will be impacted in case of India. Clear? Any doubt regarding this one? Then we discussed there are two, remember jet stream concept we discussed. You have, okay, what, permanent jet stream, and you have what, temporary jet stream. What are the permanent jet stream? Subtropical jet stream and polar jet stream. And what are temporary jet stream? We have discussed Somalia jet stream and tropical easterly jet stream. So remember, we discussed both tropical easterly jet stream and Somalia jet stream. These are the temporary jet stream. When these jet streams are formed, they strengthen what? They strengthen Indian monsoon. They strengthen which monsoon? Indian monsoon. So permanent jet stream withdrawal need to happen, and formation of which type of one? Formation of tropical easterly jet stream and Somali jet stream. These are going to strengthen the Indian monsoon. Clear? So already this concept we have discussed in what? Jet stream. So just, okay, remember that, revising this particular concept. So tropical easterly jet stream and Somali jet stream, they are strengthening whom? They are strengthening the Indian monsoon. That is, okay, there. Clear? Another thing, if you remember, we talked about two phenomena. One is El Nino and La phenomena. Yes, okay. So El Nino creates which condition in India? Drought condition. Yes. And La Nina creates which type of condition? Excessive rainfall conditions. So we discuss another factor which impact Indian monsoon is what? Another factor which affects Indian monsoon is El Nino phenomena and La Nina phenomena. Then we discuss similar phenomena also happens in what? In Indian Ocean region, and we call it as what? We call it as a Indian Ocean dipole. Remember concept of Indian Ocean dipole? We discussed, okay, positive dipole and negative dipole conditions. Okay, that is, okay, there. So if positive dipole is being formed, then it is strengthening Indian monsoon. If negative dipole is being formed, then okay, what will happen? It is affecting the Indian monsoon system. Fine. So Indian Ocean dipole, this is also impacting whom? This is also impacting the Indian monsoonal system. So all these factors are what? All these factors are impacting which one? All these factors are impacting the Indian monsoon system. That is, okay, there. Clear? So what you have to keep in mind is, what is a characteristic of Indian monsoon? What is a characteristic of Indian monsoon? Sudden onset, gradual advancement, gradual retreat of monsoon, and lastly you have which type of variation? Regional and temporal variation in the monsoon. Why this regional and temporal variation happens? Because of these factors. Okay, these factor causes nothing but, okay, what causes, okay, some regions to receive high rainfall, some regions to receive low rainfall. That is, okay, there. Clear? Any doubt? So these are the characteristics you have to keep in mind with regard to Indian monsoon. Now, as we discussed, most of India receives rainfall only in what? Only in nothing but, okay, rainy season. Most of the India receives rainfall only in rainy season. But we discussed the Tamil Nadu coast receives rainfall also in what? In the winter season. This also receives rainfall in a winter season, because in winter season we discuss equatorial low pressure belt shift where? Equatorial low pressure belt shifts southward, and as a result, okay, which winds are blowing over here? We discussed northeast winds. And which winds are, okay, blowing over here? Which winds are blowing over here? We discussed southeast trade wind. Now northeast trade wind, when they will cross the equator, what will happen? They become northwest monsoonal wind because of deflection towards what? Okay, wind are deflected towards which side in the southern hemisphere, and which side to the, okay, northern hemisphere? Yeah, southern, okay, left side, northern hemisphere, winds are deflected towards nothing but, okay, right hand side. So this north, okay, east winds are deflected towards left side. So it becomes which type of wind? Northwest monsoonal wind. But when this northeast wind is passing through the Bay of Bengal, then what will happen? It pick up certain moisture and create rainfall on which coast? Create rainfall on Tamil Nadu coast. Okay, it picks up rainfall it pick up moisture from this coast and create rainfall in this particular region. Fine. So that is why most of the northeast winds are which type of wind? Offshore wind, because they are moving from where to where? From land towards nothing but sea. Most of the northeast wind are which type of wind? Offshore wind. Why? Because they are from land towards nothing but sea. But some some part of northeast becomes becomes onshore because of what? Because of picking moisture from the Bay of Bengal and causing which type of rainfall? Winter rainfall. Winter rainfall. Okay, so how the northeast monsoonal winds are formed? How these winds are formed? North monsoonal wind. Okay, due to ITCZ or equatorial low pressure belt shifting what? Shifting southward. It is formed due to ITCZ or equatorial low pressure belt shifting where? Shifting nothing but southward. That is the reason why this is being formed. And you find that northeast wind are mostly what? Mostly offshore, except northeast wind are mostly offshore, except the branch of wind moving over Bay of Bengal. Branch of wind moving over Bay of Bengal. Moving over Bay of Bengal, except the branch of wind moving over Bay of Bengal. Bay of Bengal, which pick up moisture from where? Which pick up moisture from Bay of Bengal. Bay of Bengal and create rainfall. And create rainfall in Tamil Nadu coast. And create rainfall on which coast? Create rainfall in the Tamil Nadu coast. Fine. So ITCZ, equatorial low pressure belt, shifting where? Shifting nothing but southward, northeast, mostly which type of wind? Offshore wind, except the branch of wind which is moving over what? Which is moving over nothing but Bay of Bengal region. It pick up moisture and create rainfall on which coast? Tamil Nadu coast. In which season? Winter season. So that's why northeast monsoonal winds are which type of monsoonal wind? It causes winter rainfall. Causes which type of rainfall? Winter rainfall. Fine. So you have two type of one which is a southwest monsoonal wind and northeast monsoonal wind. Most of India receives rainfall through what? Southwest monsoonal wind. And southwest monsoonal winds are which type of monsoonal wind? Summer monsoonal wind. Rest of the India only Tamil Nadu coast of India receives rainfall also in what? Winter. And this type of monsoonal wind are referred as what? Northeast monsoonal wind. Fine. Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So you know that when southwest monsoonal wind withdraws, then what will happen? Then you see gradual arrival of whom? Gradual arrival of nothing but northeast monsoonal wind. So northeast monsoonal wind is characteristic are what? Gradual advancement. Gradual advancement and gradual retreat. So gradual advancement is going to be there and gradual retreat are going to be there. No sudden onset and no sudden retreat are going to be there. Gradual advancement and gradual retreat you are finding with regard to whom? With regard to northeast monsoonal wind. Fine. Any doubt regarding this particular? So these are the characteristics that you have to keep in mind with regard to what? These are the characteristics that you have to keep in mind with regard to the monsoon. And that's why we discuss India is referred as which type of country? India is referred as a tropical country. Though we discuss Tropic of Cancer passes through the middle and most of India falls under which one? Temperate region. But yet India is referred as which type of country? Tropical country. Why? Because of monsoonal. India receives rainfall through tropical monsoon. And the second we discuss is cultural factors also. most of the diseases and most of the other thing that India is having is a tropical disease only, because Himalaya blocks the colder wind coming from this side. So India has which type of climatic condition? Tropical climatic conditions only. That's why India is referred as which type of country? Tropical country. Fine. Fine. Next important thing that you have to keep in mind is vegetations. So next we are coming to the vegetation. Okay. Now vegetations in India is broadly classified into three major types. Okay, so one important thing that you see is a tropical forest. The second important thing that you see is a montane forest. And the third type of forest that you find in India is alpine forest. Okay, so these are the, okay, what? These are nothing but, okay, three important things that you are finding: tropical forest, montane forest, and alpine forest. Now, what you have is, okay, the tropical forest is further can be classified into moist or dry. So this is classified into wet evergreen, semi-evergreen, and moist deciduous. Clear? So tropical forest, moist is classified into wet evergreen, semi-evergreen, as well as nothing but, okay, moist deciduous forest. And dry is classified into dry evergreen, dry deciduous, and you also have, okay, tropical thorn forest. So you have dry deciduous, okay, dry evergreen, and tropical thorn forest. Montane forest further classified into two major types. One is subtropical montane forest, and second is what? Second is your temperate montane forest. So subtropical montane forest as well as montane forest that you are finding. Clear? So you have, okay, three major division: subtropical dry evergreen, subtropical broadleaves, and subtropical moist pine. These are the three major divisions that you are finding: subtropical dry evergreen, subtropical broadleaves, as well as subtropical moist pine. These are the three divisions of subtropical montane forest. Clear? And temperate montane forest is further divided into wet temperate montane forest, okay, dry temperate montane forest, and moist temperate montane forest. So three major division, okay, wet temperate, dry, and moist temperate. Fine. Any doubt regarding this one? So this is what the three major division that you are finding with regard to what? With regard to forest, okay, or vegetations. What you are finding is the three major vegetations: tropical, montane, and alpine. As we discussed, most of India lies in India has which type of condition? Tropical conditions only. So that's why major type of forest in India is which type of forest? Tropical forest only. Clear? Because we discuss India is which type of country? Tropical country. So India has a tropical forest only. Clear? Now temperate forests are generally seen where? Temperate forest or subtropical forest. As you see, temperature declines. When temperature declines, then you're gonna see which type of forest? Then you're gonna see temperate forest. That is okay there. So where in India temperature declines? Where in India temperature declines? As you go up. Okay, so if you go up, what will happen? Temperature will decline. So generally these type of, okay, what these type of temperate forest or subtropical forest which comes, okay, so first you'll find which type of forest? Subtropical. Then you find which type of forest? Temperate forest. Okay, that is okay there. So at the bottom you are finding which type of forest? Tropical forest. As you are moving up, temperature is declining. When temperature is declining, you're going to find which type of forest? Subtropical. Further temperature declines, which type of forest? Temperate forest. Okay, you're going to find. So that's why these are found at the mountain. That's why it is called as what? These are called as a mountain forest. Okay, these are referred as a mountain forest. And the third is alpine. Alpine forest are, okay, those forests which are found at the mountain at the greater height. Generally, okay, what you see is, okay, what? Generally in snowy conditions. Okay, generally in snowy condition, the forest, the vegetation that you are finding is alpine forest. Okay, so alpine forests are generally found at the more height. Okay, at this height where you see snowy conditions are something that are prevailing, that where you'll find alpine forest, generally around 2900 meters to 3800 meters. This is a zone of whom? This is a zone of alpine forest. So around 2.9 kilometers to 3.8 kilometers in height. When mount, okay, at this height you will find which type of forest? Alpine forest. That's why if you remember, when we were discussing about Himalayas, we discussed Western Himalayas and Eastern Himalayas. We discussed which have more, okay, what more mount vegetations at the height? Eastern Himalayas. Why? Because of the more rainfall. We discussed, okay, Eastern Himalayas receive more rainfall than what? Western Himalayas. So in Eastern Himalayas, you will find vegetation up to height of 4000 meter. So that's why the one which is found in snowy condition at a greater height, such type of things are referred as what? Such type of things are referred as a alpine forest. Okay, that is okay there. So tropical forest, montane forest, as well as alpine forest. These are the three types of nothing but, okay, forest that you are finding. Tropical forest is further divided into what? Moist and dry. These are different type of moist forest. These are different type of what? Dry forest. Subtropical montane forest and temperate montane forest. So these are three division of whom? Subtropical forest, and these are the three division of nothing but, okay, temperate montane forest. That is okay there. And as we discussed, which is found in snowy condition at a greater height. Okay, that type of, okay, forest are referred as what? Alpine forest. Okay, that is okay there. Okay? Have a break, then we'll discuss in detail regarding these vegetations. So we have three different type of vegetation as we discussed: tropical forest, montane forest, as well as which type of forest? Alpine forest. We discussed majority of India's vegetation is which type? Tropical forest. Why tropical forest? Because India is falling under which zone? Tropical. Okay, so we have a tropical monsoon type of climate, and because of tropical monsoon type of climate, India is having which type of, okay, the forest? Tropical forest. And then we have, okay, these two type, which is montane forest as well as alpine forest. So as we discussed, montane forest is divided into subtropical montane forest and temperate montane forest. And these divisions, subtropical or temperate, as we discussed, as we go up, the temperature will decline. When temperature will decline, then from tropical you'll enter into which zone? Subtropical zone. And from subtropical you'll enter into which zone? In temperate zone. That is okay there. So that's why these division. And lastly, you have which type of forest? Alpine forest. So we discuss alpine forest are mostly found in snow conditions. So these are being found in the Himalayan region at these height, that is 2,900 to 3,800 meters. So this classification we have discussed with regard to Indian vegetation. Now we'll go on in detail. Fine. So the first is tropical forest. And as we discussed, tropical forest, we have divided into the moist and dry. And under the moist, we have three classification, which is wet evergreen, semi-evergreen, and moist deciduous. Now remember climatology part, when we divided the world climatic classification into what? Equatorial climate. We have divided it into what? We have divided into tropical monsoon climate. Here we have written tropical grassland climate, desert type, China type. Here we have discussed which one? Here we have discussed the okay, Mediterranean type. Yeah, temperate grassland. Here we have discussed British type of climate, Siberian type or taiga type. Yeah, Laurentia type. And the last we discussed is which type of climate? Polar or tundra climate. So these are the climatic classification we have discussed, world climatic classification. Clear? So evergreen, which type of, okay, seasons are going to be seen in evergreen region? Which type of seasons are going to be seen in evergreen region? We discussed evergreen means there is no seasons. No seasons are being found in what? Evergreen. Why? Because sunlight is present throughout the year. So in equatorial region, when sunlight is present throughout the year, you don't see what? You don't see any change in seasons. That is okay there. Clear? And also we discussed in the equatorial climate that you have what? You have huge amount of rainfall. Why you have huge amount of rainfall? Because more evaporation. More sunlight means what? More evaporation. More evaporation means, okay, more cloud formation and more rainfall is going to be there. So rainfall is more than how much? Rainfall is more than 250 centimeters of rainfall you are seeing. Because of high rainfall, what happens? Because of high rainfall, what happens? Remember, okay, we discussed the topsoil. The topsoil, from here, the material will starts to move towards what? Bottom. And this phenomena is referred as what? This phenomena is referred as a leaching phenomena. That is okay there. So material moving as the rainwater will seeps underground, material will move from topsoil to nothing but, okay, this region. So as a result, this is infertile, not very fertile soil. Soils are not very fertile in case of which region? In the case of equatorial climatic conditions, that is okay there, or evergreen conditions. Clear? But still you see lot of vegetations over there. Why vegetations are more? Why vegetations are more? Yeah, decomposition of leaves. Okay, so we discuss because it has a huge amount of vegetations, so all these leaves falls down, and when these leaves falls down, they are being decomposed by whom? Bacteria and etc. So they leaves, okay, what? They leaves huge amount of humus content. Humus content which provides what? Which provides fertility to the soil. Okay, this provides fertility to the soil because a lot of humus content is something that is okay present. Clear? So as we discussed, if this is having high amount of rainfall, then what will happen? There's no okay problem. Trees are not having okay any problem of what? Moisture. So that's why roots are not going to be what? Not going to be much deeper. They are going to be formed okay closer to nothing but okay what? Closer to the topsoil only, and they are not going to be much deeper. Clear? Because no much water requirement is going to be there. Clear? And since lot amount of water are there, rainfall is there, forests are going to be what? Very dense. They are very dense, and as a result, if they are very dense, we discussed sunlight will not penetrate. When sunlight will not penetrate, we discuss which species are being found. Which species are being found. Epiphytes, remember? So we discuss epiphytes are something that are being found. So epiphytes are what? They are taking help of whom? They are taking help of other plants to reach to the top, and they get okay what? They get nothing but okay sunlight from there. So epiphytes are something that are being found also. Clear? So this part we have discussed with regard to what? With regard to equatorial climatic condition, and we discussed which type of okay what? Which type of plants are being found? Evergreen type. Why evergreen type? Because trees do not have to shed their leaves. Trees do not have to shed their leaves. Why trees will not shed their leaves? Because we discussed through leaves only what happens? Transpiration happens. The tree loses water through what? Tree loses water through transpiration. So when okay what? When there is a less amount of rainfall, then trees tries to avoid what? Losing water, and as a result okay they shed their leaves okay over there. But in equatorial region, since there is no problem with the rainfall is too high, that's why trees will not shed their leaves. When trees are not shedding their leaves, they are going to remain green throughout the year, and that's why they are referred as which type of trees? Evergreen trees. So same conditions you're going to find in what? Same conditions you're going to find in wet evergreen. Okay, so wet evergreen means what? Very high amount of rainfall you're going to see over this region. Very high amount of rainfall. Rainfall is greater than 250 centimeter. As a result, we discussed trees will not have what? Trees will not have deeper roots. They will not have deeper roots. And also what will happen? Trees are going to be very dense. They are going to be very dense. Which type of okay what? Which type of species generally you are seeing? We discuss mahogany, remember? Evergreen type of climatic condition. Yeah, mahogany, ebony. Then we discuss jackfruits. Also, you'll find jackfruits over there. So these are okay what? These are the important trees okay or species that you are going to find in the wet evergreen conditions. Clear? And also lot amount of humus content. You're going to find lot amount of what? Humus content present in what? Present in nothing but okay evergreen region. Lot amount of humus content are something that are being present. So where in India you find such type of conditions? Where in India you find such a type of condition where very high amount of rainfall happens? So one region, yes, okay, one region is your Western Ghat region. Why Western Ghat region? Which type of rainfall happens? Which type of rainfall? Orographic. Okay, so remember we discussed orographic rainfall when okay the winds are moving. So we discussed when winds are moving, what will happen? They are blocked by the mountain. As a result, winds are forced to rise up. When winds are forced to rise up, what will happen? Rainfall will happen. Such type of rainfall is called as a orographic rainfall. So since okay we discussed from here which type of winds are coming? From sea to land. We discussed when winds are coming from sea to land, which type of wind? Onshore wind. Yes, okay. So when onshore wind will come, they will contain moisture, and these moisture laden winds are being blocked by Western Ghat, and as a result you'll see high amount of what? High amount of evergreen type of okay forest in this region. This region receives huge amount of rainfall, and that's why you'll see evergreen type of conditions. Clear? Now if you remember, evergreen are known for what? Known for high biodiversity. Clear? As we discussed, many dense forests are there, many vegetations are there, and we discussed epiphytes are something that are present. We discussed even at the ground, you will see what? Yeah, you'll see a lot of nothing but vegetation at the ground. So those which survives in shade can also survive at the ground. So very high amount of vegetations are something that are present in this particular region. When very high amount of vegetations are present, you'll find what? You'll find nothing but evergreen type of conditions and high biodiversity condition. That's why Western Ghat is referred as what? Western Ghat is referred as what? It is referred as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So we discussed it is referred as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Why it is referred as a UNESCO World Heritage Site? Because it is recognized for what? Recognized for high amount of biodiversity. Also, in environment, you'll be studying about a term called ecological hotspot region. Hotspot regions. So those regions which are losing their biodiversity are referred as what? Are referred as a hotspot region. So Western Ghat is also referred as a hotspot region. Why? Because of what? Because of nothing but mining activities, because of deforestation, plantation activities. So the forests are being cleared, and when forests are being cleared, what will happen? You'll see the species are becoming extinct. Biodiversity are what? Biodiversity is declining. That's why this region is also referred as a hotspot region. Fine. So hotspot indicate that we have to conserve this region. So more detail, you will study about environment. What are the what are the criteria for ecological hotspot? That one of the criteria is that it should have more than 1,500 species. That is one criteria. And has to have lost more than 70% of their vegetations. If they have lost more than 70% of their vegetation, then they are going to be referred as which type of hotspot? Ecological hotspot. Okay, so those are criteria for classifying any region as a hotspot region. So if it has lost more than 70% of its original vegetation, then it is going to be described the ecological hotspot conditions. Fine. Fine. The second major area where you'll see where you'll see this type of wet evergreen condition is a Himalayan region. So you'll find this region. So as we discussed here also, when winds are going, what will happen? They are blocked by which mountains? So here you'll find Meghalaya Plateau, and we discussed which type of hills are there. Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hills. So as we discussed, these again, the rain bearing winds are blocked by what? Blocked by mountains. So which type of rainfalls are going to be there? Orographic rainfall. And that's why we discussed Chera Punji or Mansaram. Those are what? Those are one of the wettest region of India because of huge monsoonal wind being blocked by these particular hills, Garo, Khasi, Jaintia hills. And we discussed there is a gap existing between these hills which allows this which allows the wind to also reach towards nothing but Assam, Arunachal, where they are being blocked by the Shivalik hills like Dafla, Miri, Abor and Vishmi. Those hills are something that are present. So when these monsoonal winds are being blocked by Dafla, Abor, Mishmi, then what will happen? Again, there also orographic rainfall, and there also you'll see lot amount of what? Lot amount of evergreen forest. You'll find lot amount of evergreen forest. So in entire Western Ghat region, you'll find what? You'll find that in the Garo, Khasi, Jaintia hills. You'll find that in the case of Dafla, Miri, Abor and Vishmi, that is eastern Himalayas, you'll find high amount of what? High amount of rainfall, and that's why which type of vegetations you're going to find? Evergreen type of vegetation. Another major region you'll find is this region, which is what? Andaman and Nicobar. So here also you're going to find which type of things? You're going to find nothing but evergreen type of condition. So even here monsoonal winds are coming like this, and when monsoonal winds are coming like this, they are being blocked by nothing but what? The peaks that are present in these islands, and as a result huge rainfall over here also. So even Andaman and Nicobar has which type of climatic condition? Evergreen climatic condition. And you know that these are located where? You know that extension of India is what? From 6 degree north. So we discussed 6 degree to 45 minutes, from this north to 37 This is the extension of nothing but okay India. So you know that equatorial type of climatic condition, if you remember, we discussed equatorial type of climatic condition exists from which latitude to which latitude? Equatorial type of climatic condition exists from which latitude to which latitude? So this is existing from where to where? From 0 to 10 degree north and south region. Okay, so we discuss equatorial latitude. This okay, equatorial type of climatic condition is okay in which type of latitude? From 0 to 10 degree north and 0 to 10 degree south. So since Andaman and Nicobar falls in what? Falls in this particular 10-degree region, that's why okay Andaman and Nicobar is going to have which type of climatic condition? Evergreen type of nothing but okay climatic conditions. Fine. Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So remember, what are the conditions that are there, what type of species that you are going to find okay in this particular region, which region of India have okay this type of climatic condition, that is wet evergreen condition. Those things you have to keep in mind with regard to what? With regard to the wet evergreen forest, okay, which is okay what? Which is a tropical moist type of forest. Fine. Now if you see state of forest report, state of forest report, so this report is being published by whom? State of forest report. This report is being published by Ministry of Environment, and under Ministry of Environment there is a body called FSI, Forest Survey of India. Okay, so there is a Forest Survey of India. This body lies under which ministry? This body lies under Ministry of Environment. Every 2 years they come out with what? They come out with this report, state of forest report. So this is not an annual report, it is a biennial report. Every 2 years this report comes out, and this is which type of report? Biennial report. That is okay there. Clear? So the FSI comes out with the state of forest report, as per which India have around 8% of whom? 8% of what? Evergreen type of forest. So how much area of India is covered with evergreen type of forest? Around 8% of India's area is covered with evergreen type of forest. As per which type? Okay, as per which report? As per state of forest report, which is published by whom? Forest Survey of India. Clear? This headquarter of Forest Survey of India is in Dehradun. Okay, so headquarter of Forest Survey of India is in Dehradun. So 8% of India's area is covered with which type of forest? Evergreen forest. And as per latest report, what you have to keep in mind is 25.16%. This much percent of India's area is covered with the forest. India's area covered with forest. Forest and tree cover. So how much areas of India is covered with forest and tree cover? It is nothing but okay 25.16% of India's okay area is covered with forest. Fine. So remember that okay, the who publishes the state of forest report? Forest Survey of India. Where is the headquarter of Forest Survey of India? Dehradun. Under which ministry it is working? Ministry of Environment. And as per okay this, how much area of India is covered with nothing but okay forest or tree cover? For okay 25.16% of India's area is covered with forest or tree cover. That you have to keep in mind. Fine. So as per, and there is one more thing, we have also a policy called National Forest Policy, which was created in 1988. So we also have which policy? National Forest Policy in 1988. As per this National Forest Policy 1988, how much areas of India should be covered under the forest? What is the targeted thing? So target is 33%. 33% of India's area should be covered under the forest. But currently what you see is okay, how much area as we discussed is 25.16, which is under the forest or tree cover that you have to keep in mind. So this is information that you have to keep in mind with regard to wet evergreen forest. That is okay there. Clear? Now if you see previous year question paper, how the question has been asked. Remember this line, Radcliffe Committee was created for what reason? We have discussed the important lines. We have discussed what are the important lines we have covered. Radcliffe lines is solving the boundaries. Okay, it has been found to delimit the boundaries between whom? India and Pakistan. So that's why Radcliffe Committee is being created to resolve. So Indian and Pakistan international boundaries is covered as is referred as which type of lines? Radcliffe. Fine. Now you can see this question has been asked. If you travel through Himalayas, you are likely to see which of the following plants naturally grown there. Okay, so there is a oak, rhododendron, and sandalwood. Clear? So these are what? These are the species that are being mentioned. If you are traveling through the Himalayas, which type of things you are going to see? So sandalwood is which species, which type, which is where you are finding sandalwood, you are finding in tropical region. Himalayas lying in which region? As we discussed, you have subtropical climatic condition or temperate climatic condition. So sandalwood you are not going to find where? In the Himalayan region. These oak and rhododendron, that is something that is being found in what? Being found in the case of Himalayan region. So that's why when we'll come to mountain forest, we'll discuss oak and rhododendron are being found. Like we discussed, the case of what? Case of mahogany and ebony. So case of mahogany and ebony, which are being found in this region. Now another questions, that you'll see was in 2015, I think. Remember this seasonal reversal of wind is a typical characteristic of which type of climatic condition? Seasonal reversal of wind is a characteristic of which type of climatic condition? It is a condition for monsoon climate. Remember just now we discussed that India has which type of climate? Monsoon climate. During India receives rainfall through two type of monsoonal wind. One is what? Southwest monsoonal wind. So this is there. And then what will happen? Northeast monsoonal wind, which causes what? Which causes rainfall in Tamil Nadu coast. So you see the direction. One wind is blowing in this direction, then direction of the wind changes. So here the wind is blowing from where to where? From equator to polar. From here it is coming from where? Polar to equatorial. Direction is changing. When direction changes, it is a feature of which type of climatic condition? Monsoon type of climatic conditions. So this is how the question has been asked related to the tropical monsoon type of climate that we have discussed. Fine. Also in 2015 paper also you'll find such questions. Can you answer? Like this type of question has been asked. Which of the following region of India has a combination of mangrove forest, evergreen forest and deciduous forest? North coastal Andhra Pradesh, South West Bengal, Southern Saurashtra and Andaman and Nicobar Island. Option A. Option D. Yes. Okay. So it is going to be what? It is going to be the Andaman and Nicobar Island. Just now we discussed Andaman and Nicobar has which type of forest? Evergreen type of nothing but forest. Also, since it is a coastal region, what you're gonna find? Mangroves also you're gonna find. And as we discussed, as you move from what? So as you move from, so this is okay there. So where do we find? Just now we discussed if rainfall is going to be there, then we have wet evergreen, we have what? Semi evergreen, and we have nothing but what? Deciduous, that is okay type of condition. So when you move from high rainfall region to lesser rainfall region, what you're gonna see? You're gonna see transition from wet evergreen to what? Deciduous type of nothing but condition. So as we discussed, from 0 to what? We discussed from 0 to 10 degrees, generally you have equatorial type of climatic conditions. So you'll see the Andaman and Nicobar extension from 6 degree to nothing but ever. So you are moving from high rainfall region to nothing but low rainfall region. So you're gonna see nothing but deciduous type of conditions also. So here you'll see this is present in what? This is present in mangrove forest, evergreen forest and deciduous forest, all are present in Andaman and Nicobar region. So like this question has been asked, that which part of India is having which type of vegetations? Clear? Any doubt regarding this one? And you'll also see this one. So this is political geography part that we have discussed. Which of the following of the state have indicate the eastern and westernmost part? So we discussed India's extension. Yeah, India's extension is from here, that is Gujarat, and this is around 68 to 97 degree. We discussed this is a longitudinal extension of India. So we discussed Brahmaputra river. Remember, Brahmaputra river enters through this intertextual band, and we discussed which is you are finding Arunachal Pradesh. You are going to find over here. So that is eastern and westernmost extent that you are finding. Clear? So this is the simple type of question that UPSC has given, factual based. So these are important things that you have to keep in mind. Where in India you're going to find what? Where in India you're going to find the wet evergreen type of forest. And we discuss, as per state of forest report, 8% of India is covered with whom? 8% of India is covered with. So which is the maximum that we have? Which is the maximum that we have? So as we discussed, moist is classified into wet evergreen, semi evergreen and moist deciduous forest. So the maximum that you find is in India is this forest. 37% of India is what? 37% of India is covered with which type of forest? Moist deciduous, and another 28% is covered with what? Another 28% is covered with a dry deciduous type of forest. So that's why India is referred not as a evergreen type of climatic condition, rather monsoon type of climatic condition, where trees are going to shed their leaves. Where trees are going to shed their leaves. So that's why India is mostly being described as which type of climatic condition? Tropical monsoon type of climatic condition. Rainfall is localized in monsoonal time or monsoon period, and that's why trees will shed their leaves in a drier season. So that's why majority of India have which type of condition? Deciduous type of conditions. Fine. Now the next we have is a semi-evergreen. Semi-evergreen, so we discussed wet evergreen, rainfall is more than how much centimeter? 250 centimeter. So when rainfall is okay in between this, then it is going to be called as what? And it is going to be called as a semi-evergreen. Okay, semi-evergreen means the trees are okay, what? Trees are having leaves leaves almost throughout the year. Almost throughout the year. Clear? So not exactly throughout the year, but almost okay. They'll be having okay, what? Leaves throughout the year. That is okay there. Clear? So it is acting as a which type of zone? So this is a semi-evergreen. So you are moving from evergreen to what? You are moving from evergreen to deciduous region. So evergreen trees will not shed their leaves. Deciduous trees will shed their leaves. This region where okay, what? Where you see almost okay, they have okay, what? They have nothing but okay, the leaves throughout the year. For certain parts, okay, certain part means all the plants will not shed the leaves at the same time. They will not shed the leaves at the same time. Some okay, leaves will nothing but okay, fall back. That will happen, but all plants will not shed their leaves at the same time. Rainfall is something that is going to decrease over here. When rainfall is decreasing, what will happen? What will happen? You will see trees heights are going to decline over here. Trees of lesser height as compared to what? As compared to nothing but okay, evergreen. You will find trees are okay, having lesser height, comparatively lesser height they'll be having. So this is okay, important part that you have to keep in mind. And this type of region, as we discussed, when transition region are referred as which type of region? These are referred as a eco region. Okay, this transition region is referred as a ecotone. So between evergreen and deciduous, you have which type of condition? You have okay, semi-evergreen, which is a transition zone, and this transition zone is ecotone region. Again, rich in what? Rich in biodiversity. Why it will be rich in biodiversity? Yes, equatorial can also survive and the deciduous can also survive. Okay, so that's why it is rich in what? Rich in biodiversity. So where do we find semi-evergreen type of conditions? Okay, these are surrounding what? These are surrounding the equatorial or wet evergreen conditions. These are surrounding the wet evergreen conditions. Clear? So where we have written wet evergreen? In the Western Ghat, in the case of Andaman and Nicobar, in the case of nothing but okay, northeastern region. So surrounding areas of these region where we are finding nothing but okay, wet evergreen, surrounding areas of this region we are going to find what? Semi-evergreen type of climatic conditions. Clear? So you can find this in Maharashtra also, you can find this in case of nothing but okay, Karnataka also, in case of Tamil Nadu also, where Nilgiris are something that are there. So what you see is these are found in the surrounding regions of wet evergreen. So this is a wet evergreen, this is okay, what? This is a transition zone, and then we'll come to which one? Deciduous type of nothing but okay, climatic conditions. So these are found on the surrounding part of nothing but okay, the evergreen type of conditions. Fine. Next, okay, comes your moist deciduous. So as we discussed, as per state of forest report, most of India is having which type of forest? Moist deciduous forest. 37% of vegetations of India is covered with moist deciduous. Okay, now rainfall is going to be what? Lesser. As we discussed, rainfall is going to be between 100 to 200 centimeter in case of nothing but okay, moist deciduous region. Clear? And since rainfall is lesser, trees has to shed their leaves. Trees had to shed their leaves. Trees has to shed their leaves, and we discussed okay, then that's why you will find distinct seasons. Which are distinct season? So we discussed summer season, yeah, rainy season and winter season. rainy season and winter season. So most of most of nothing but the rainfall happens in this season. In summer season, whenever arrival of spring will happen, the trees will start shedding their leaves. That is there, clear. And in winter season, as we discussed, evaporation is lesser, so trees do not have to shed their leaves in such particular season, clear. Fine. So where do we find deciduous type of nothing but as we discussed, which is the most dominant species that you are finding in deciduous type? Remember, tropical monsoon climate. When we discuss Indian part, we discuss which is the most dominant species that you are finding. We discuss teak. Teak is what? Teak is the most dominant species of what? Teak is the most dominant species of nothing but deciduous type of condition. So teak, sol, these are the things that you are finding in case of what? In case of nothing but deciduous type of conditions. Fine. So that's why you'll see 2021 paper, this question was asked, that which is the teak is the dominant species of which type of climatic condition. So it is going to be nothing but deciduous type of climatic condition. Teak is the most dominant species that you're going to find. Fine. Now, as we discussed, the rainfall is high. As a result, what will happen to the leaves? Rainfall is high, 100 to 200, not very high, but rainfall is high. As a result, you're going to find which type of leaves? Broad leaves. So which type of leaves you're going to find is broad leaves. And that's because of the broad leaves only, they will have to shed their leaves to avoid what? To avoid transpiration. Clear. In desert and etc., remember, desert type of climatic condition, we have waxy leaves, or we have what? We have no leaves. Either very needle shaped waxy leaf we have, or either we have no leaves like cactus and etc. we discussed. So there, what will happen? The plant are adopted to what? Plant are adopted to nothing but the high temperature conditions. So high temperature condition and less rainfall condition, because they have no leaves means no transpiration, less transpiration, so less water will be what? Water will be nothing but evaporated. And waxy leaves minimizes what? Minimizes nothing but transpiration. That is there. So here we have this type of leaf, broad leaves are there, and that's why transpiration is high, and that's why the trees has to nothing but what? Has to shed their leaves. Clear. Again, what will happen to the roots? The roots will be more deeper. Roots will be more deeper. Why it will be more deeper? To survive the drier season. So summer season, drier season, to survive the drier season, roots have to be what? Roots have to be more deeper. Fine. Other than that, we discuss also that soils are what? More fertile. Yes. Leaching will not happen. Soils are going to be more fertile, in this particular region. Fine. So those things that you are finding with regard to what? With regard to moist deciduous type of conditions. Fine. Any doubt regarding this part? Next you have what? Next you have is the dry type of vegetation. So one more thing, where do we find moist deciduous type? Where do you find moist deciduous type? Eastern Ghat. Any other region? So where you'll find moist deciduous type of conditions? In India, yeah. Where do you think it will be moist deciduous type of condition? So of course this region will not be there. This region will not be there because of what? Because of nothing but desert climatic conditions. Other than that, you'll see the tropical deciduous conditions can be found in northeastern region. So after surrounding areas of which region? Surrounding areas of semi-evergreen. So surrounding areas of semi-evergreen. So you'll find in northeastern region which type of climatic condition? Moist deciduous. Just now we discussed also in Andaman and Nicobar. Mangrove forest, deciduous forest you are finding over there. Then you'll also find this on what? You'll also find this in case of nothing but some of the peninsular plateau region, not entire, but some of the peninsular plateau region. Why? Especially in the southern part. Okay, why in the southern part? Why in the southern part you'll find okay the moist deciduous type of conditions? Leeward side, but leeward side rainfall should not be there, no? So that's why okay, if rainfall is not there, means it should be more of deserted condition. But why do we see moist deciduous, especially in the southern part? Because moist deciduous still have a more amount of rainfall, 100 to 200. Okay, so why do we find okay this type of condition? These are not found okay in the upper part where you'll see okay what where you'll see okay this region of Nagpur, or you'll find okay the Vidarbha region, you'll find Telangana plateau. There you'll not see much of nothing but okay moist deciduous type of conditions. Okay, because these are on leeward side. But why do you see okay it more on the southern side deciduous type of conditions? It is because okay because we discuss here you have what, here you have gap that are being created. Okay, so you have okay what you have Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat joining at which region? Nilgiris hills. Then you have a gap, then you also have a okay Annamalai hills, Cardamom hills. Okay, there is a gap existing. This gap allows the wind to go and create rainfall in what, grow and create rainfall in the southern region. That's why Bangalore receives huge rainfall. It lies on the leeward side, that opposite side of the west. Okay, this side of nothing but okay Western Ghat, but receives huge rainfall. Why it receives huge rainfall? Because winds are able to pass through these gaps and comes and create rainfall in this region. So that's why you have which type of condition? Deciduous type of condition, especially in the southern part. Okay, not in the northern part. Northern part more have a dry type of nothing but okay climatic condition. Northern peninsular region has a dry type of nothing but okay climatic condition, but southern region do have nothing but okay the moist deciduous type of nothing but okay climatic conditions. Fine. Even okay the foothills of Himalayas you'll also find which type of okay forest? Moist deciduous forest. Okay, so entire okay what, entire this belt, okay, that is okay in Bihar region, in case of nothing but okay what, in case of Uttar Pradesh region, you will find moist type of nothing but okay deciduous forest in the foothills of Himalayas. Foothills of Himalayas. Remember we discussed this foothills of Himalayas, what it is being called as in northern plain, what this thing is called as in northern plain, what these things are called as? No, Bangar is newer relevant. We call it as a which region? Tarai region. Okay, so Bhabar, Tarai, Bangar, and Khadar. So this is okay referred as which type of region? Tarai region. So remember Tarai region, what happens when the rivers comes from the mountain? What happens? It brings lot of boulders, and these boulders get deposited over here. Rivers start to flow below what? Below nothing but okay boulder, and then it comes into bad drainage channel where water start getting nothing but okay what? Water start getting accumulated, sediments start getting accumulated, and here you'll see vegetation, which is okay what? Which is nothing but okay Tarai region. And this Tarai region also have which type of conditions? The deciduous, moist deciduous type of nothing but okay conditions. So you'll find that also in case of nothing but okay Tarai regions. Fine. So if you remember, we discussed now these are being cut off, and what is okay being done? Okay, we discussed water intensive cultivation. Those crops which requires more amount of water are being cultivated in this particular region, like paddy, sugarcane cultivation we discuss are now being done in Tarai regions. Fine. So you'll find okay moist deciduous type of conditions also in those particular regions. Fine. Any doubt regarding this particular part? So next comes okay what? Next comes okay your dry deciduous. Dry deciduous. Fine. So I'll just show you also the map. So you can see this is okay what? This is nothing but okay vegetation that is okay being written, and you can see the tropical moist deciduous where you're going to find. So as we discussed, okay, the darker region is indicating what? Wet evergreen condition. So this, okay, darker region is, okay, representing your what? Wet evergreen condition, Western Ghat. Surrounding this, okay, is what? Semi evergreen. So this is, okay, indicating nothing but, okay, semi evergreen. And then you'll find nothing but, okay, moist deciduous. So we discussed, okay, this entire region is what? Moist deciduous. This entire, okay, foothills of Himalayas is which type of region? Moist deciduous region. Then you'll also see nothing but, okay, this region also, where you'll see nothing but, okay, tropical moist deciduous forest, okay, that is, okay, there. And again, okay, you'll see the foothills of, okay, what? Foothills of nothing but, okay, this region, where you'll see the southern part we discussed, you are finding which type of condition? Tropical moist deciduous conditions. Fine. Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So remember that where you are going to first see nothing but, okay, tropical moist deciduous type of conditions. Fine. Next we are coming to the dry deciduous. So next we are taking up is the dry deciduous. So as we discussed, the tropical forest, India is a tropical country. So tropical forests are divided into moist and dry part. Moist we discuss is three type: wet evergreen, semi evergreen, and moist deciduous. Dry evergreen we are dividing into tropical dry forest we are dividing into dry deciduous, okay, dry evergreen, and yes, okay, tropical thorn forest. Tropical thorn forest. What is dry evergreen? What is this type of forest? We discuss evergreen means what? There should be more amount of rainfall. When the dry indicate what? There is a less amount of rainfall. Dry means what? There is a less amount of rainfall. So how this coexist? How this can coexist together? Evergreen means what? More amount of rainfall. Dry means what? Less amount of nothing but, okay, rainfall, that is, okay, there. So how these things can coexist together? Because dry, okay, what? Dry nothing but, okay, deciduous we have divided into dry forest we have divided into dry evergreen, dry deciduous, and tropical thorn forest. So when you see, where do you see dry evergreen? How can dry evergreen exist? How can dry evergreen exist?
We can see both rainfall
Hmm.
no rainfall.
Rainfall and no rainfall condition. If rainfall and no rainfall conditions are going to be there, then it is going to be deciduous, no? Deciduous means what?
In long period.
Trees will shed their leaves. When trees will shed their leaves, when there will be rainfall condition, trees will shed their leaves. Okay, so if there will be rainfall and there will be lesser rainfall, then what will happen? No rainfall, then it is going to be deciduous type of condition. Evergreen means what? Evergreen means rainfall should happen throughout the year. That is what we have discussed, okay, with regard to term evergreen. Clear? So here, dry evergreen means what? Rainfall is going to be lesser, not like wet evergreen, where we are seeing, or semi evergreen, where we are seeing rainfall more than what? More than nothing but, okay, 200 centimeters. Okay, so here rainfall is going to be lesser. Dry evergreen means what? Rainfall is going to be lesser, but this rainfall will be distributed. Will not be concentrated. When rainfall will be distributed and not concentrated, then you are going to see which type of condition? You are going to see a dry evergreen type of conditions. Clear? So tropical, okay, dry evergreen type of conditions, you're going to find where? You're going to find where rainfall is, okay, distributed and not concentrated. Generally we discuss in India, we have which type of, okay, seasons? We have a rainy season. Rainy season means what? We discussed most of India receives rainfall through which type of monsoonal wind? Southwest monsoonal wind, which is rainfall is concentrated between what? June, July to September. Okay, so this is a rainy season in which, okay, most of the rainfall is something that is, okay, being concentrated. But if this rainfall is not concentrated, rather it is okay distributed. Distributed means what? It is happening in June also, July also, September also, November also, okay, let's say okay even in March also, April also. If rainfall is distributed throughout the year, then it is going to be seeing which type of condition? It is going to see which type of condition? It is going to see a evergreen type of condition, because there is no month when trees are not receiving rainfall. When trees are not receiving rainfall, they don't have to what? Shed their leaves. Okay, there is no as such seasons, there is no as such month where okay trees are okay or trees are not receiving rainfall, so that's why they don't have to shed their leaves. And this type of conditions are referred as which one? Dry evergreen type of condition. So dry evergreen will have a rainfall greater than 100 centimeters. Okay, they will have rainfall greater than 100 centimeters. Okay, like we discussed, deciduous type you have 100 to 200 centimeters of rainfall. But okay, in deciduous type, rainfall is concentrated, and that's why trees have to shed their leaves. But here, rainfall will not be concentrated, and that's why okay, what will happen is okay, what you'll see nothing but okay, the evergreen type of conditions that are there. Particularly, this is seen where? This is seen in Tamil Nadu coast, because remember northeast monsoonal wind. So this Tamil Nadu also receives rainfall through what? Southwest monsoonal wind. It also receives rainfall through what? Northeast monsoonal wind. It also receives rainfall through cyclones formations. Clear? Cyclones can also occur. Generally, when you see formation of cyclones, late monsoon, we discuss either late monsoon or in the pre-monsoon. Okay, that is okay. There you see formation of okay cyclones. Then this also lies in okay near to equatorial region. When near to equatorial region, what will happen? You'll see okay what? You'll see high heating. Near to equatorial region means high heating. When high heating will happen, what will happen? You'll see expansion. You'll see air will expand. When air will expand, what will happen? Convectional type of rainfall will happen. So which type of rainfall can happen? Convectional rainfall. So in the month of okay generally March, April, when you see which type of rainfall generally happens? Convectional rainfall happen, pre-monsoon shower. Okay, remember that. So we discussed which type of rainfall can happen. Convectional rainfall can happen. So that's why you'll see in the summer when southwest monsoonal winds are there, Tamil Nadu coast is receiving rainfall. When northeastern monsoonal winds are there, then also okay they are receiving rainfall. Sometimes okay because of convectional reason also they are receiving rainfall. Rainfall is also being received through cyclonic conditions and etc. So as a result, okay they receives nothing but okay rainfall. And when they receives rainfall, which type of okay forest are going to be there? Evergreen type of forest are going to be there. So that's why dry evergreen are only found where? Only found near Tamil Nadu coast. Okay, these are only found near Tamil Nadu coast, as the rainfall okay is okay evenly distributed in this region. Rainfall is not concentrated. Rainfall is what? Rainfall is evenly distributed in this region, and that's why you're going to find which type of condition? Okay, dry okay evergreen conditions. Fine. So this is all about okay what? This is all about okay dry evergreen condition, where you'll find what should be the amount of rainfall that happens okay in this particular region. And generally the trees will have lesser height as compared to what? Evergreen. Yes, okay, as compared to wet evergreen, the trees will have lesser height in case of nothing but okay dry evergreen. Also, as compared to what? As compared to dense vegetation that you find okay in wet evergreen, you're gonna find okay what? You don't find that much dense vegetation also in what? That much dense vegetation also in a dry evergreen conditions. Clear? So you'll find high dense. We discuss epiphyte has to take nothing but okay help of other plant to reach to the top of the height. But okay, you don't find such type of condition. Epiphytes and etc. are not present in case of dry evergreen condition, because okay here the trees are there, but trees are not dense. They are nothing but okay what? They are separated from each other. That is okay there. So they are okay what? They are lesser dense. Savanna are more where grasslands are there. Trees are separated by the grasses, but here trees are going to be there. More trees are going to be there, but grasses are not going to be there in these conditions. Clear? So that is what you are finding with regard to dry evergreen type of condition. So dry means what? Lesser rainfall. Rainfall should be okay more than 100, but this rainfall is not concentrated since it is distributed throughout the year. As a result okay the trees remains evergreen throughout the year. So that's why you will find dry evergreen type of climatic conditions. Fine. Rest regarding dry deciduous tropical thorn and other classification, we shall take that in tomorrow's class. Okay, any doubt regarding this one? Okay, so what we try to cover today is what is concept of ports, concept of okay the inland waterways and etc. We also started covers the Indian monsoon, tropical monsoon climate. What are the factors affecting Indian monsoon? Onshore winds, then
Heating of
Tibetan plateau heating, then we discuss, yeah, intertropical convergence zone, ITCZ shifting, then El Nino, La Nina, yes, okay, then what other Indian Ocean dipole, then jet stream. Okay, we discuss another okay one that is okay affecting Indian monsoon is what jet stream. So we discuss withdrawal of jet stream causes the sudden onset of Indian monsoon. What is difference between summer monsoon and okay winter monsoon? Southwest monsoonal wind and winter monsoon occurs due to northeast monsoonal wind, and summer monsoon occurs due to southwest monsoonal wind. And summer monsoon we discuss there will be what sudden onset, winter monsoon there will be what gradual onset. Okay, so that difference okay you have to keep in mind. Clear? So those differences we have covered, rest will take up in the next class. Any doubt? Thank you for today.